Let's take a look at the first phase, the discovery phase. Now remember that we talked about transformation being doing business in a different way, taking advantage of 21st century technologies and methods in order to make better financial decisions. We're going to see a great deal of this evidence as we talk about the discovery phase. Now remember, discovery is all about finding out what you should be doing well and how you are doing it. Now, the traditional way of approaching this is to use your own resources or hiring a high-paid consulting company to go out and research comparable industries and demographics and bring back anecdotal and actual information about things that they do well. This might consist of a consulting project of maybe 2 or 3 people for 2 or 3 months, and a report that comes back to you that compares what you do to what other organizations do. Here at ValueSoft, though, we would like to present you with an alternate option which we believe is going to be far, far more attractive. Let's look at how we approach the discovery phase if we're using ValueSoft's analytic tools and database. ValueSoft's analytic tools and database, as we'll demonstrate, has over 150 best practice scenarios to compare how your organization's finance practices compare to those of the best companies in the world. Now, this is actually a screenshot from our application. We're going to right now show you an example from a demo company that we've loaded into the application. The first thing that you're going to be doing is spending a few minutes entering a few pieces of information about your organization. After you do that, then you're going to access the process diagnostic functions within ValueSoft. You will need to add some simple information such as identifying the critical year that you want to look at. By the way, just as a teaser, ValueSoft functionality includes trend analysis. This application will take seconds, not the 2 to 3 months that a consulting company can take. With a click of the button, we're going to have a list. Right now, we're going to focus on the order to cash functional area. ValueSoft will bring up for you a list of all of the scenario descriptions for the base year that you've selected that are associated with the order to cash process. And remember, we have 150 business processes scenarios that are included in our application. What ValueSoft has done right now is to bring up a list of the ones that are associated with the order to cash process. When you first come into the software, you are going to see actually that the far right-hand columns, relevancy, current adoption, and target adoption, will actually be blank. These are the ones that you will need to fill in for each one of these processes that are associated with best practices for order to cash. The first column that you're going to fill in is relevancy. This describes how important this particular best practice is for your company. Again, every company is different, so you will need to determine for your company how important this is. The second thing that you're going to look at is your current adoption level. This is going to be your assessment of how well you actually do this particular best practice within your organization. Finally, the third column, target adoption, this is going to be your target. This is going to be whether you want this to be a best of class or simply good enough, let's say, in order to get by within your organization. You are going to fill in these columns for each one of the scenario descriptions. I cannot emphasize it enough. Be honest. This is your own view of your organization. As honest as you can be about this, the better your results are going to be. Essentially, you're going through a process of entering into your instance of ValueSoft software all of the information about your organization that's going to be used for all of the analysis that occurs in all the reports and graphs that you'll see in the next couple of slides. Now, I need to pause a minute because I'm assuming that there's some questions in the back of everyone's mind. First, let's be absolutely assured that your information is totally confidential and secured within our software. We've taken great measures to isolate your information and to keep it safe. Your information is secure within our applications. Second, you might be looking at this and you might be asking yourself the question, how do I know what my level of competence is? I really don't know how well we are performing compared to the highest levels of adoption. We basically don't know what excellence looks like in one of these business scenarios. If this is the case, ValueSoft does offer to organizations our world-class ValueSoft consultants who can help you fill in this report and to make an objective determinacy of your organization's competency. Again, filling this out correctly is the basis for all of the analysis that occurs. So it's really important to be honest about the level of competency of your organization and also to really reflect on how important each one of these best practices is for your organization. These are all points to keep in mind as we go and look at what this very simple process can result in as far as information that will help you select what it is that you need to do to improve your organization.
This concludes Part 2 of this course.